All right, so we are now recording, and right now we only have Kaylin on because Cheryl is at a vendor event tonight, and Janice is trying to get her computer up and running. But you guys are halfway there. I know we didn't get our homework all done this week, but so don't give up. You guys got to keep on going. So we've learned a lot so far.
What's the homework?
What's that?
Question with the homework, the order sheet, order info sheet or something. I forget exactly what he called it. Is that basically just the back of the order forms?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
He had brought up, like, whenever he was talking about what all he puts in his host packets.
Mm-hmm.
I forget if he called it an. I wrote order info sheet, but that might not be exactly what he called it. Here, Leah.
Was he talking about, he wasn't talking about the outside order form.
I don't think he was talking about an order form. It was something, like he said something about how it helps them to know how to fill out the order form.
Oh, maybe I'll have to go back, and it's been a while since I listened to that call. So I'll have to go back and see what he says before I can answer that.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, I'm on my phone.
Okay.
I don't know what's wrong.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we just got started. Cheryl's at a vendor event tonight. So I just posted last week the form, the questions. Instead of retyping it up, I just copied it and pasted it onto the page. So pretty much the questions are the same every week. So I thought that would be easy, but apparently it was difficult because I only got one homework back. So let's try to get our homework done this week. Okay. So I know, Kaylin, I'll find out the answer to that question about host coaching. Did any of you make any videos this week to coach your host, or did you do anything different to coach your host this week?
Well, with my virtuals, I've been doing the daily posts, and like I had at the beginning of the, or not the beginning, the end of last month, I had started doing them, but I wasn't getting them to them daily. But this past week, I've been doing the daily posts of giving them suggestions of what to post in their parties.
Okay, are you private messaging them, or did you put them in a group to do it?
I have 4 of them, and they're all in a group message.
Okay, perfect. Sometimes you have to tag them on that too, just for them to see that too. Just making sure if they're not doing it, then tag them. Okay. So today we're going to kind of do what we talked about last night. I didn't even realize after I planned my meeting and then looked at this today, they're kind of tie in today. Because today we're talking about recruiting, and I know Cheryl brought 2 in last month. We got to keep this momentum going, and as I said last night, it's just that conversation. There's not a perfect thing you could say to someone who's not interested, and there's nothing really wrong you could say to the person who's going to sign. Okay, you're just helping that potential consultant decide if this is something for them. And you're still working with a couple leads.
Yeah, I am.
Janice, you are? Okay.
Yeah, I am.
And you know what you really want to do, Janice, is go back to the people that used to be on your team.
Yeah.
And private message them. And tell them, hey, have you heard about the Pampered Chef virtual consultants? I thought this may be a great fit for you. Have you thought about coming back as a virtual consultant?
That's true. Yeah.
That's what I'm doing to all my past consultants, and see if they want to come back as a virtual. So maybe put that on your list to do tonight. All right. And I think Cheryl may have had some people too. So Cheryl, when you're listening to the playback, you want to do that. All right. So how do you know what to say? It's actually pretty easy. I know last night we talked about the recruiting cards if you're in person, but, and I'll post this 7-question interview worksheet that I can send you. And it's pretty much just, tell me what it is about the Pampered Chef that interests you. what type of qualities you have that you think would be a great consultant. When you look at your calendar of the next 6 to 8 weeks, do you think you have 4 to 6 days that you could leave your home? But if you're doing virtual consultants, they don't even have to leave their home. On the days you have shows, do you have someone you can watch your kids, Kaylin? Most will say their husband, and then have you discussed it with your husband, and how does he feel about you starting your own business? Because we know that support is a necessity. And then, the cost, how much does it cost? Letting them know there's 3 different kits they can purchase. And then what type of training works for them. We do a lot of online training now, phone calls and things like that. Okay. So to recap the questions, it's just going to be, hey, Janice, it's clear to me that, the Pampered Chef would be a perfect fit for you. You have many qualities that will help you build a successful business. You love to cook. You have a great personality, just name some things. And you clearly have the time to work your business consistently. And you have a great support from your family, and you have money to invest in your kids. So anyway, so my last question is, when do you want to get your first paychecks? Okay. So those are just pretty much the questions you're going to ask people. And I'll email that over to you. And then, like I said, the interview cards, we talked about those last night when you're in front of somebody, but really just getting that conversation going. And, with your virtual parties and your cooking parties, you guys should be coming out with 1 to 2 leads from every party. You guys have been in the business long enough to know what to say, what to do. And don't be afraid to just do it. Don't be afraid to just do it. All right. Did you guys have any questions or concerns with recruiting, with the interview? Because I know we talked about it last night too.
Yeah, we can still use you, right?
Yeah, you can still use me. You can call. We can do a three-way conversation. That is no problem at all. Okay, and don't look at me because I worked out and I did not shower. So. Okay, so don't freak out. Just ask, have you ever thought about doing this? All right. So this is a really quick call because we did this all last night. So we're still working on your skills.
I did like in the homework, I can't remember what her name was, but how she was saying about using that as part of her host benefits. Like whenever she's talking about it, she throws it in there as a host benefit instead of just an opportunity. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So skills are such a major component of your success. The more you tweak your skills, the more you learn about your selling, coaching, booking, recruiting, the better your business is going to be. And as I said last night, you want to be recruiting. The bigger your skill, the bigger your paycheck. The more recruits you sign, the bigger your paycheck. Okay? So don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Is anybody afraid, or you don't know what to say, or you're not consistent? What's going on? Let's talk about it.
I'm intimidated.
Why? Why are you intimidated?
Well, I was a bit of a hermit before I started selling Pampered Chef, and I'm still partially a hermit. Part of it is like me getting in front of people and actually doing it. Like I am one of those people where you kind of have to hold my hand until I get the flow going. And I'm just now, I feel starting to get over the first wave.
Okay. Well, we'll continue to hold your hands as long. Look, I just lost you guys. I don't know what button I hit. What did I do?
We can see you.
Oh,
I can see you.
I can see you.
Okay. But I'm willing to hold your hand as long as you're moving forward. As long as you're working and moving forward, I have no problem holding your hand. All right. But I need to see things happening. Okay. And I do see things happening. Your show schedule is improving. And we talked about the support, and I know that's a big issue with you. So,
Yeah.
or
the lack thereof.
Yeah. Right. Janice, how about you? What's the issue?
I don't know. I'm not afraid to ask or talk about it. I'm good at informing.
Okay.
It must be the invite.
So do you say, if I give you some information, would you be willing to take a look at it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay, so
I get
it needs to be all the time.
all the
Especially
time.
now with your sale, the shows schedule that you have going on right now, you have that momentum of your bookings. You're in front of enough people.
Yeah.
You know, there's no reason that you can't get this going. So reach out to those people that used to be on your team. Do you still have their list of?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And they're probably still on our Facebook page too. So you can go back there and see who you invited to that Facebook page and just say, hey, you know, have you ever thought, you know, are you familiar with the Pampered Chef virtual consultants? Have you ever thought about coming back as that? All right. All right. Let's all challenge ourselves to bring one person into the business this month. Can you do that? One. Today's only the 4th. You got a whole month to go. So reach out. But you have all those. How many past consultants did you have, Janice?
I bet over the 9 years, I bet there's 10, huh? At least.
Yeah. You need to go reach out to them. Are you friends with all of them on Facebook?
Yeah, I'll have to look. Yeah, I never thought of that. Well, I know, like Jason. Remember Jason?
Yeah, you could just personally message him. I mean, I know I kind of threw some hints out there on his Facebook post to, you know, that you'd be excited to have him back. But you need to private message him and say, hey, Jason, I've been watching your post with the kids. Have you thought about doing something like this virtually?
Yeah, with his 3 babies.
Yeah.
Popped out 3 kids.
You can do some extra money with all these diapers, you know?
Right.
So just reach out to him. It's not going to hurt to reach out.
No,
All right. So I'm going to challenge you to message everybody tonight. Reach out to them, text me, and let me know how it goes.
Okay.
All right. So I'm going to stop the